Do you love to travel and save money? Or do you wish you could travel but money is holding you back? You're in the right place. Welcome to the Family's Flyfree podcast, where I show you how to fly your family free forever using my simple fly-free formula. I'm your host, Lynn Mettler. My family of four has mastered the art of flying free as simply as possible since 2015, and I want to show your family how to do it too. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Family's Flyfree podcast. Can you believe we are rounding out 2022? We have come to the end of the year. It has been a great year of travel for my family. It has been a great year in terms of our ability to help hundreds of families this year now be able to fly for free too, and greatly increase the number of times they're traveling and make all those amazing travel memories together that they're going to carry with them into 2023 and beyond and keep doing the same thing. We are just past Christmas. So if you have finished up that rush of buying gifts and cooking and family and all of that, now is a really good time to settle in and start to think about what you would like to do in terms of travel in 2023. And if you're not satisfied with what you think you're going to be able to do with the budget that you've set aside for travel in 2023, if you haven't joined Families Fly Free, this is a really, really good time to do it. We can set you up to fly 6 times or more a year if you want, as a Families Fly Free member, flying entirely on frequent flyer miles. And we show you my easy system to be able to do this. So I encourage you to consider it if you want travel to look different for your family next year than it did this year. And of course, you can check more information out about Families Fly Free at familiesflyfree.com/join. And be sure and go back and listen to our past podcasts with different members who talk about how much they have been able to save and the value that it has held for their family to be able to travel so much more. Now, today I wanted to talk about the various companion passes that are out there in the world. And I really wanted to record this one because sometimes when I'm talking about the Southwest Companion Pass, which I declare to be the best deal in travel, I get the response from people who don't really understand the Southwest Companion Pass. Oh, but we like to fly Alaska, and Alaska has a companion pass too. Or, oh, but we really prefer to fly Delta, and we get to use Delta's companion pass every year too. So I want to educate you today on the difference between Alaska's and Delta's and Southwest companion passes. And you guys, they're not even in the same ballpark as Southwest. So I just want those of you who are out there you can love another airline for sure. But if you really want to fly your whole family a lot of places and you don't want to pay out of pocket for it, Southwest is the airline to go with, and the companion pass is one of the big reasons. So I've got another podcast scheduled in the future to talk about addressing these folks who just say, oh, I don't want to fly Southwest, so I'm not going to do that. It really comes down to, do you want to fly free 6 times a year and bring everyone with you, or do you want to fly Delta? So for me, I'm going to fly Southwest every time to be able to fly free. And they are a wonderful airline to fly. They are not luxury, but there is nothing wrong with them. They are also not Spirit or Frontier. So they're not terrible service. They're not, bad seats, any of that. They are very comfortable airline to fly. They go a lot of amazing places, and they really have the best service in the industry. But so let's delve into, we're going to talk about Alaska's, and then we're going to talk about Delta's, and then we're going to compare it to Southwest's Companion Pass. So Alaska's is called the Alaska's Famous Companion Fare. And so if you hold one of Alaska Airlines cards, one of their Visa cards or one of their business Visa cards, also they have, if you hold the World Elite MasterCard or Platinum Plus MasterCard as a Canadian, this grants you one companion fare. And what this means is that you can purchase for $99 for the airfare plus taxes and fees, which are another $22, so $121. You can pay for someone to fly with you for that cost, no matter what the actual cost of the fare is. So even if it's a $750 fare, you're only going to pay $121 for someone to fly with you using this once a year companion fare. This person has to fly with you. You have to pay in dollars. You can't use miles for your own seat. You have to be on the same itinerary, of course, same flight, same time, and you have to book both of you at the same time on alaskaair.com. So this is not a freebie. Southwest is totally free, except for taxes. Everyone has to pay the $5.60 per person per way fee. No getting around that. But the airfare on Southwest is totally free. This one, you're still paying. Now, it's a better deal than paying a higher priced fare, but it is not free. So it's not that good of a deal. Let me note some other things. It has to be for a new reservation only, so you can't go back and add someone to an existing reservation that you've already made. To redeem your companion fare, you will have a code that you will enter at checkout, and you have to purchase your fare, both of them, yours and the $99 companion fare, with your Alaska Airlines credit card. So you can see there's a lot of details and rules and regulations here. There are for the companion pass too, but again, we're going to talk about why it's such a better deal. You cannot combine this with any other sales or discounts on Alaska. The companion fare does expire 12 months after the date of issue. So in this case, and it's a little different on Delta, you just have to have booked your flight by the expiration date. You can still travel after the expiration date. You just have to have it booked. And to earn this companion fare, like I said, you do have to hold one of those cards, and you do have to spend a certain amount, usually $1,000 within 90 days in order to get your first companion fare. And then you get one each card anniversary. So it takes 6 to 8 weeks to get your companion fare code after you've completed that minimum spend. And they say approximately 2 billing cycles. So it's definitely not an immediate thing. And then every card anniversary, so that's usually after you have paid your annual fee, they want to make sure you've renewed, and then 2 billing cycles after you've paid your annual fee. So that's when you would get your next one. The only benefit I would say to this one is it's easier to earn than Southwest Companion Pass, because all you have to do is spend $1,000 or whatever the minimum spend is of your everyday spending. So it's easier to get, but it is nowhere near as valuable. All right, let's move on to Deltas. So Deltas calls theirs companion certificates, and these also come as a perk of holding select Delta cards. So either their Platinum or Platinum Business Amex cards, or the Delta Sky Miles Reserve or Reserve Business Amex cards. If you hold one of the Reserve cards, you get a higher class level companion certificate, so you can fly first class, Comfort Plus, or the main cabin. And if you hold the Platinum cards, you have to stay in the economy fare. So, and it would just be a main cabin certificate that you could use. You do have to fly domestically, so within the US. And again, for the Platinum, it's just economy classes of service. And the companion certificate may not be bookable on all flights. So that means that there is some, it's like award availability that you see on many airlines. Not all airfares, flights are bookable as award fares. And it's the same thing with this companion certificate. So it doesn't really explain which ones may or may not be restricted, but I'm sure ones that are almost full or on popular routes are not going to allow you to use your companion certificate. Now, this companion certificate lets you book someone for free, aside from the taxes and fees, again, that we all have to pay. So that's a little bit closer to Southwest. But again, it's a once a year only thing that you get. Better than Alaska. Alaska's making you still have to pay $99. This one, you don't have to pay anything. You can't combine it with any other offers or discounts, which is including web fares, sale fares, and e-coupons. But they do allow you to use any credits that you would have with Delta. Like if you were booking your own flight in dollars, you could use a credit to purchase that. You do have to book both fares, again, at the same time. They have to be booked, of course, on the same flights and the same dates. And you do have to pay for it with your associated Delta credit card. So that's the same as Alaska. Now, in terms of their expiration date, you do have to both book and travel by the expiration date listed on your companion certificate. There are no expiration dates on Southwest, aside for when your companion pass ends, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then you get your companion certificate each year after your card renews, which means that you have paid the annual fee, and it is supposed to show up in that same month that you have paid your annual fee. If you are a medallion member and you are bringing a companion, you can upgrade and you're eligible for upgrades. You can upgrade to a higher class of service as long as your companion is at least a Sky Miles member. So that's a nice perk as well, because you can't really do that on Alaska Airlines. So that outlines Delta's. Both of these two passes are once a year only. So they're really one-time use. And of course, you can only bring one person with you. So let's talk about how Southwest is 10 million times better, shall we? So to start with, you can use Southwest Companion Pass from the time that you earn the pass until the end of the following year. And to me, this is the biggest differentiating point. I can bring my companion with me on as many free flights as I want to while I hold that pass. That is completely different than I can bring one person one time or once a year on one flight. I get so much more value out of a Southwest Companion Pass if I'm flying 6 times a year and I'm holding it for almost 2 years. So for my family, if we're flying 12 times and one of us is flying totally free, so we don't have to pay any dollars for this companion to be added, we don't have to pay any points. They just get added to a ticket that we have purchased already. So that saves us the cost of the average round trip in the US, which is $350. And so over 12 flights over 2 years, right there alone is $4,200 in savings. So on a Delta, you're going to save whatever you would have paid for that ticket. So again, average round trip $350. So we'll just give that as a value of the Delta one. And then on Alaska, you're going to pay $99. So $350 minus $99 is $250. So that's pretty much the value of the Alaska one. Now, certainly on the Alaska one or the Delta one, you're going to be trying to use it on a ticket that's going to cost you a lot more than that. So you get more value out of it. But still, I don't think anyone's going to be paying for a $4,000 flight and to save anywhere near as much as you would on Southwest. And it's not only the cost savings, it's the number of trips that you get out of it. So that person can fly, more than 12 times. That's just how often we do it. But I've heard of people flying, 10 plus times a year with their Southwest Companion Pass. So another huge benefit of the Southwest Companion Pass is you can book your own seat in points. On Delta and Alaska, both of those you're going to have to pay in dollars for your own seat. So you're out of pocket on that right there. Southwest, I can book myself in points. I can add my companion free and no one's paying any airfare at all. All we're paying is that $5.60 per person per way mandatory government security fee. On Southwest, I can also use it internationally because Southwest, they don't fly to Europe, but they do fly to Mexico, they fly to the Caribbean, and they fly to Costa Rica, and any other international destinations they would add down the line. So I'm not just limited to domestic flights. I can also book any flight that has an available seat. I can add my companion to that ticket as long as there's a seat available. So there's no restrictions. There's no blackout dates. I can book any flight anytime with my companion. And this, again, the Southwest Companion Pass is good for almost 2 years if you earn it the way we get you on a system to earn that pass as early as possible in a year. So as I'm recording this right now, we have set up many of our members who needed another companion pass to get theirs in January. So that means they will hold it from January 2023 all the way through till December 2024. And then we'll have them on our system to get their next one that will start January 2025 and last through December 2026, and on it goes. You can keep earning the companion pass over and over again. And the simplest way to do it is to only have to earn one every 2 years. So if you find yourself, if you're someone who does know about the companion pass and you're trying to earn it every year by spending your way to the pass, I just see that over and over and over again of people who are doing that. That makes your pass only good for, you're having to earn it every single year because you spend your way on the Southwest card to earn enough points. And usually you get that accomplished toward the end of the year, and then it's good to the end of the following year. Well, at the end of that year, you're going to need one again. So that same year, you're going to have to be trying to spend your way to the companion pass. So every year you're trying to spend it, you need to earn beginning January 1st, 2023, 135,000 qualifying points to get the companion pass. So you're trying to spend that on your card, which is crazy hard to do. And of course, that takes you the better part of the year. So please stop doing that if you're doing that and come join Families Fly Free and let us show you the easier way to earn Companion Pass, which also nets you many, many more travel rewards, frequent flyer miles so that you can go more places, and let us show you how to pay fewer points for every flight. All right. So some other things about the companion pass, you can change companions. Once you name your companion, you can change them 3 more times that year. And if your pass is, good through the end of the following year, you can change your companion 3 more times. So there's some flexibility even in that it can be different people flying with you for free each time if you need it to be, or it can be the same person as well. Doesn't matter. But I think you can see that the Southwest Companion Pass is a tremendously better value that you will get so much more out of. Now, it is more difficult to earn, which makes sense because it's so much more valuable. And there are, as I mentioned, like with Alaska's had a lot of little rules and details. There are with the Companion Pass with Southwest as well. You do have to make sure you understand the timing, that you understand what points qualify and what points don't, that you understand, the best time to get it, how to time your credit cards. If you're going to open a Southwest card, that's the way we like to have you get Companion Pass, is to earn a big chunk of points on the Southwest card by meeting a minimum spend and pairing that with 2 Southwest cards. So you have to understand which cards you are eligible for and when you can get bonuses again, all that kind of stuff. So that's where Families Fly Free is so helpful. We already know all this stuff, so you don't have to. You can not worry about making a mistake because we're going to tell you exactly what to do in what order. And if you have any questions about it at any time, you can ask us and get an answer that you can trust that is correct. And we're going to make sure that you don't make a mistake. If you do happen to make a mistake because you accidentally didn't follow what we said, we can still help you clean that up and make the best of it. So this is what makes it easy, because we already know it. And so we just outline it for you, and then you just go and execute. And you're only having to do Companion Pass once every 2 years. That makes it so much easier too than trying to earn it every single year. That's so much more complicated. So it is a little bit harder to earn, but not if you do it the way we tell you. It's actually quite easy to get one and to always have one. And then you're going to be able to take one person with you on as many flights as you want around the US, the Caribbean, wherever Southwest flies internationally for up to 2 years. And it's amazing. And you get even more value out of it than that 4,000 points because $4,000 that you've saved on, again, I just picked 6 flights a year, but you also have the value of the points that we help you earn to get the pass. So you have to earn this 135,000 points, which we show you how to do very easily. I know that sounds intimidating to earn 135,000 points, but it's actually really easy. And so the value of those points is another $2,000. So Southwest points are worth 1.5 to 2 cents each. So if you multiply 0.015 times 135,000, you get around a $2,000 value. So you can see a Southwest Companion Pass for a family who flies 6 times a year is worth more than $6,000. And I will take that any day. So I hope you see the difference. That I'm sorry, but Delta and Alaska's companion passes are just not even in the same ballpark as Southwest. They're better than nothing. That's about all I can say. But you won't come anywhere near getting the value or the number of trips out of them that you will with Southwest. So I just want to make sure everyone has a full understanding of the differences, so that you know you're not getting such a great deal out of those two. All right. So I hope everyone has a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And we are going to be back at it in 2023. We are ready to go. We're ready to help show you the best ways to fly free in 2023. We're going to show you all the places that you might want to go. We have lots of great podcasts coming up. So again, if you want to fly free so many more places and do it the easy way, come join us inside Families Fly Free at familiesflyfree.com/join. We would love to help your family be able to travel more. And it is time to put traveling with your family back at the top of your to-do list, especially now that the busy holidays are done. If you're ready to fly your family free forever, I invite you to join my Families Fly Free membership. You'll learn how to stop paying for airfare throughout the US, Caribbean, and Europe so you can make those priceless family travel memories before your kids or even your grandkids leave home for good. And you'll learn it using my simple, proven formula that's helped hundreds of families. Plus, it's risk-free. You either get your investment in the membership back in free travel, or I give you your money back. You can get more information at familiesflyfree.com/join.